Good morning, my beautiful souls out there, you beautiful people. This is Dr. Destiny, and this morning I want to get started early because I have another teaching and some things that I want to share about the human body. So, people, let's get started because I don't like my videos being long. But one thing about this series is pretty in depth, so it may take more than one series. I will make that decision later. But right now, I'm going to give you some basic information so maybe I can get you started so you can go out there and do your very own research for yourself. And that would be a great thing. Search, study to show thyself approved. Get that wisdom, get that knowledge because it's out there all over these social media channels and these search engines. They're out there, people. They're out there. So today we're going to talk about the chemical elements in the human body. And these are so significantly important because when the creator, the designer of our bodies, the creator God, who you may call your God, he created our bodies because in the Bible it says that he created man from the dust of the earth. That means the elements and all of that within the earth is inside of us. So he put everything that we needed already within us. So that's why we can heal our bodies by obeying the commandments that he gives us in the Bible. So let's talk about this right quick. And I'm going to give you the 16 most important chemical elements that the body needs to ward off disease. So again, let's get started. And let's talk about this today. And like I said, you can always make comments, constructive criticism. I'm not here for playing and games and all that kind of stuff. I'm here to teach people. That's my assignment. So my topic is the 16 chemical elements within the human body. And so let's begin. I'm going to do some reading today, so just be patient. Some foods are cell builders, and then some food lack the biochemical elements necessary to build your cells. And this lack causes the hypoactivity underfunction of the cell that is chemically short and has little to work with. Food deficient in the right chemicals cannot build a good body. Now, without proper chemical elements, a cell is not well balanced. Foods, they do not destroy cells. It is the lack of chemical elements within your body and imperfect balance that develop an overfunction or underfunction. Now, if milk does not have fluorine, so that tissue can draw it out, then that cells become like a fluoride or fluorine for building and repair. Disease producing foods, people, listen, do not produce the disease per se. The only way they can produce disease is by weakening the body to the point where disease can occur. Symptoms then will appear and disease will be the result. Germ life and viruses, they live on chemically deficient tissues within your body. For example, let me give you one. Your skin, which is your largest organ of the body. Your skin that is short of silicone, that's a chemical element. It manifests pimples. It will manifest boils on your body, or acne, or roughness of your nails, peel cracked nails, or your cracked skin and all that, because the skin is like of silicone. Silicone is good for keeping your skin healthy in a vibrant state. Now, let's talk about disease. They call, we hear people say dis-ease. Every disease indicates a nutritional deficiency within your body. And I'll repeat it again. The human body needs 16 chemical elements to ward off these disease. What disease does, people? It preys on an unnourished body. So that's why it's good to make sure that we are eating wholesome, healthy foods, that we nourishes our bodies, that we keep our body in that wholesome, healthy state. Now, two basic conditions usually exist in disease or diseases or illness. And these two are an acute and painful stage, and the second will be a chronic stage, which is long standing and it usually suppressed. A chemical condition is an underactive toxic condition settled in whichever organ that is involved. And this chemical underactive condition is made more active when the proper chemical nutrients is being fed to that tissue. Tissues that is overactive is wearing out the chemical elements faster than they can be supplied within your body, and then that will need repair and rebuilding of that tissue or that organ. Now we need, people, an adequate supply of chemical elements to counteract the wearing of or wearing out of the tissues and to keep them from becoming bankrupt or utterly depleting itself within the body in the future. So let's get into this, people. As I said, I'm keep repeating because I want you to make sure you get this topic. There are 16 chemical elements within our human bodies that helps us to fight a war of disease. What chemical elements are needed? Now, let me give you an example of a person weighing about 160 pounds. Now, this person, any person that's weighing, do the math yourself, but any person, man or woman, weighing about 160 pounds is made up of the following chemical elements: 90 pounds of oxygen, 36 pounds of carbon, 14 pounds of hydrogen, 3 pounds, 12 ounces of calcium, 3 pounds, 8 ounces of nitrogen, 1 pound, 4 ounces of phosphorus, 4 ounces of chlorine, 3.5 ounces of sulfur, 3 ounces of potassium, 2.5 ounces of silicon, 2 ounces of fluorine, 1.5 ounce of magnesium, 1/4 ounce of silicon, 1/6 ounce of iron, a trace of iodine, and a trace of manganese. That makes up about 160 pounds. These are the chemical elements that is needed within the human body, so the body, like I said, can fight and ward off diseases. Now, let me give you some more little details. I'm going to talk about the main chemicals here that the body needs, that these organs in the body they need. Now, let me tell you, I'm just going to give you a few. I'm going to throw them out here, and then, like I said, do your own study, your own research, and I may come back and I may go further into it and explain each one of these organs that I'm about to share with you. Let's start with your thyroid. Your thyroid, it needs iodine. Number 2, your bowel. Your bowel needs magnesium. Number 3, your brain and your nervous system, what it needs is phosphorus and manganese. Number 4, your heart. Your heart needs potassium. Number 5, your kidneys, it needs chlorine. Number 7, I think number 6. I'm getting off, but skin, skin and circulation. What it needs sulfur, silicon, and oxygen. Okay, let's go with the next one. Your nails and your hair. It needs silicon. These are the organs in your body. Now your spleen. Your spleen, it needs fluorine and it needs copper. Teeth and bones. It needs fluorine and it needs calcium. Your adrenal glands, it needs a trace of zinc. Your liver needs sulfur and it needs iron. The pituitary glands, it needs bromine, and bromine is another chemical. Your stomach and your digestive system, it needs chlorine and sodium. And your tissues and your secretions, it needs potassium and chlorine. Then your lungs and your respiratory system, it needs oxygen and it needs iron. Now, those are important. Just go back over and listen to those. And like I said, our bodies were already created. For every part, every organ, every tissue, every cell in our body, the creator of the universe created that. And he already put it in our body because our body, it works for itself. It was programmed to work for itself without us feeding all of those drugs or chemical drugs or medical drugs and all those things that they get from the pharmacy. So it knows what it needs. Like I said, a lot of times we have depleted ourselves by the foods we eat, not taking care of our bodies properly, we're not being nourished properly, and the body gets thrown off, and our organs and things become in the place of the disease state. So people, a well chemical balanced body is a healthy body. Remember that. A well chemically balanced body is a healthy body. That's why these 16 chemical elements is so significant, that you're getting these chemicals within your body, within your diets. A lot of times now we have to get them within our food. So I'm gonna share some foods probably later if I go deeper that these get these chemicals from. But let me tell you one thing when I was talking about sodium. Sodium, and I'm gonna conclude this. When we talk about sodium, people, listen. We talk about sodium. We're talking about getting the sodium salts in the body. We do not mean, people, that regular table salt that you're out there using. That table salt that you find in your grocery stores. I'm not talking about that kind of sodium. That is not the kind of sodium that we need, your body needs. That is a very dangerous chemical that you put in your body, and that is not this proper sodium. It should come from the natural foods, the natural food salt. Food salts such as your celery. Celery has a lot of salt, has salt in it. Okra is natural salt. Figs, it's natural salt. Those are kind of sodium that you need, the salt that you need for your bodies. And there's plenty others. The regular salt tablets, ordinary use in case of excessive sweating, are not the proper kind for the human body consumption. They should be the biochemical type of sodium salts that is secured through our foods. And that's the way we should be looking. Look for sodium within your foods to get the proper natural salt that your body needs. When a person perspires excessively, he or she may use 3 okras and 3 celery tablets with each meal and take them with water between your meals, if you prefer it now, to replace for the sodium salts loss. We don't go back and try to put all this salt in your, like I said, that table salt and all that salt you get from your grocery stores. That is not the proper salt. So people, I'm finished with this series, and I'm going to probably This is series one, if it is. I may come back. I say I want to really actually get down into further details about the chemicals and explain how they work within the body, how your body cells and your organs depend on those chemical elements, and the foods that you really can get these chemical elements from. In the meantime, do your own study and research, and Dr. Destin's gonna see you guys at the very next video. Maybe, most likely, it will be part two coming up at another time. In the meantime, my beautiful souls, study to show thyself approved. A workman need not to be ashamed, but rightly dividing the word of truth. That word comes from your divine higher power, creator God of the universe. Like I said, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 29, I'm going to keep preaching that to you. That's how he created us. And those are the foods and things that he created for our bodies. And like I said, he breathed the breath of life into man, and man became a living soul. After he scooped you out from the surface of the earth, that's how you got all those chemicals, those properly chemicals. It was given to you, given to us, it was given to mankind by the divine creator. So he wants you to get back to that state of wholesomeness and away from being diseased. Talk to you next video, people. Bye.